Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and this is a chair yoga class. For your chair yoga class, you're going to need a chair. I would say preferably a chair that has 4 legs, a chair where your feet can touch the floor, a chair that doesn't have wheels. If your chair is on the hard side, you can grab a blanket or a towel and lay it on top of your chair so that you have a little bit of padding for your bum and for your hips. You're also going to need 2 yoga blocks, but I know that most folks don't really have yoga blocks at home. So grab yourself 2 tissue boxes, preferably ones that aren't open and ones that are this rectangular shape. You can put those off to the side for now. And then you're also going to need a pillow. We use bolsters at the yoga studio, but most folks, again, don't have bolsters hanging around at home. So get a pillow, something that's firm, but maybe also has a little bit of squish to it. And again, you'll put your pillow off to the side. You're not going to need that just quite yet. To start your chair yoga practice, sit back into your chair, all the way back, so that your back can be supported on your chair. You can let your legs release down onto your chair, let your thighs soften. You can bring your hands onto your thighs. And if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. If closing your eyes doesn't feel comfortable for you, maybe look down towards a place on the floor where you can soften your gaze. So whether your eyes are open or closed, start to bring your attention inward to your body. Soften the muscles of your face. Let your shoulders release down your back. Feel your breath expanding through your belly, your rib cage, and your chest. Let the weight of your body sink into your chair. Let your knees, your ankles, and your feet be soft. Start to bring more of your attention to your breath. How are you breathing today? And know that however you're breathing and however you're feeling is totally okay. You can breathe in and out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Or maybe you need to breathe in and out through your mouth. But start to connect a little bit more to how you're breathing. And as you start to move on your chair, I'll encourage you to move and breathe at the same time, and maybe even sync up your breath with your movement. Wherever you're at, take another deep, full inhale, fill up to capacity, and then exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Open your eyes if they're not open already, and start to shimmy towards the front edge of your chair. Look down at your feet. Have your toes direction towards the front of the room as best as you can. You have 3 points of contact on your feet: your big toe ball mount, your pinky toe ball mount, and your heel mount. I want you to press evenly into all 3 mounds of your feet. Do your best, do your best. Look down and have your knees in line with your ankles so that your legs are making a 90-degree angle. Reach underneath you and remove the cheek flesh away from your sit bones so that your sit bones can press into your seat. Press into your feet, press into your sit bones. You'll feel your thighs start to firm. And now lift your spine up and out of your waist. This means that you have to start using your lower belly muscles. So your belly button pulls back and it pulls up a little bit. Open your chest, release your shoulders down your back. Hands again on your thighs. Lengthen the back of your neck. There's a slight tuck of your chin so your neck can be long. From here, I want you to tuck your chin into your chest and start to roll your head to the side, back, and around. So very, very gentle rolls of the neck. Noticing how it feels to go in one direction. And then switch the direction of your head rolls. Notice how it feels different to go in one direction versus the other direction. Now, as you do this, keep pressing into your feet, keep lengthening out of your waist, and keep breathing. Bring your head back to center, back to stillness. And now shrug your shoulders up by your ears. Squeeze, 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 and release your shoulders down your back. And again, shrug your shoulders up, squeeze, release down your back. And then start to take some shoulder rolls here. Now, for some of you, you might only be able to roll one shoulder and not the other shoulder, and that's okay. You make the adjustments that you need to make for your body. As you're rolling your shoulders, notice your breathing. Have you already started to hold your breath? Can you soften your breath here? Really good. Keep focusing on those shoulder rolls. And if one shoulder feels very different than the other shoulder, that's okay. That's how it is for basically all of us. Take one more roll of your shoulders and then release your hands down on your thighs. Now, with your hands down here, start to roll your wrists. And again, for some people, they might be able to roll one wrist. They might not be able to roll the other one. That's fine too. You'll notice pretty quickly that basically every single thing that you're experiencing in your body is completely and totally normal and a-okay. Roll your wrists the other direction. And then make fists with your hands and flick your wrists, flick your fingers, I should say, and keep making a fist and then flick your fingers. Make a fist, flick your fingers. Flick your fingers. So if you've got arthritis, if you've got neuropathy, if you've got any kind of vascular issues going on, this is sometimes great to just get the blood flowing a little bit more into your hands. All right, take one more flick of your fingers. And then bring your hands down onto your hips. What I'd like you to do is lean over to the right. I'm going to mirror you, or at least do my best to mirror you today. So lean over to the right and then circle your torso down, forward, to the left, and back. So you're waking up your hips here a little bit. I always say that when I circle in this direction, I get a clicking in my hip. And then when I circle in the other direction, I don't have that clicking. And I always wonder how that's going to come back to haunt me. So maybe you notice some interesting sensations when you move in this way. Now switch the direction of your circles. How is it the same? And how does it change? Keep pressing into your feet and keep your breath strong here. All right, still that action, come back to center. And now what I'd like you to do is lift your right leg up and down. So lift your right leg up and down. You don't have to lift it very high, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But just notice, how high can I lift my right knee today? Okay, that's how high I can lift it. Not a big deal. And then switch to the other leg. So now you're going to lift your left knee up and down. Oh, maybe I can lift this leg higher. Maybe I can't lift this leg as higher. No big deal either way. Just notice. Keep lifting out of your waist. Keep your long spine. Notice as you start to lift your knee up, are you slouching down or leaning back? Find your long spine. Sit right down into your sit bones. All right, bring your foot back to the floor. And now extend your right leg any amount, doesn't have to be long, and circle your ankle. Again, now you're going to get sick of hearing me say it. Some people might be able to circle that ankle like a champ. Other people, it might not be working for them today. No big deal. Switch the direction of your circles. So here in this beginning stage of our practice, we're just gathering information about how our body's feeling today. And then that's going to help you make good choices about how to move. All right, bring your heel back down to the floor if it's not there already. Squeeze your toes and release them. Squeeze your toes and release them. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. There you go. Put your right foot back on the floor. Now extend your left leg any amount and circle your left ankle. Okay, this ankle feels really different than my other ankle. This ankle feels the same. Maybe get out of the habit of saying this feels worse or this is bad. Instead, think about, oh, this just feels different. Reverse the direction of your circles. So approach your body with curiosity rather than judgment. That's really hard for all of us to do, myself included, but I keep trying every day, and I hope you do too. Now bring your heel back down to the floor if it's not there already. Squeeze your toes and release them. Squeeze your toes and release them. Couple more times, squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. All right, foot back to the floor. Reclaim what's called your chair mountain pose, right? So like you're sitting on top of a really tall mountain, maybe somewhere in the White Mountains in New Hampshire, right? Feet are pressing into the floor. Your sit bones are pressing into your chair. You're lengthening your spine long. You have an open chest. Very, very tall, very powerful here. Take a cycle of breath. Deep, full inhale. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. From here, start to arch your spine. Pull your shoulders back. Open your chest up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. And then pull your belly button back towards your spine. Dome in your upper back. Tuck your chin into your chest. And keep going here. Arching and curling. Now, if it works for you, maybe you inhale to arch the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, deeply curl the spine and pull everything. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Yeah, really nice. Keep going. If you want to start to bring your arms a little bit more into this, maybe lengthen your arms back behind you and then pull your arms forward. You know, what feels good to you today? So this is waking up our spine. It's called cat and cow pose. So when you think about it, it's when you curl your spine and it's like a cat. When cats stretch. Actually, a lot of yoga looks a lot like what animals do. I think they know something that we don't know. Anyway, take one more arch, one more curl, and then come back to center. Find your mountain pose. Now, what I'd like you to do is take your left hand and reach behind your chair any way you want. It doesn't have to come super far. It can come to the side or to the back. Take your right hand, bring it to the outside of your left thigh, and then lift up tall in your spine and twist belly, ribcage, chest towards the side wall. Now, as you're twisting here, I want you to press your thigh into your hand and resist with your hand. Lengthen up tall. Let your shoulders release down your back. Maybe you can start to turn your head towards the back of the room to look over your left shoulder. But that's just a maybe, right? Keep lengthening out, twisting. Most importantly, breathe here. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Now keep your front hand on your thigh, but turn your torso back to the front of the room. Reach your left arm up and over. Take a side bend, but keep pulling on that thigh and resist with that thigh. Lengthen up and over, and maybe press your left ribs towards the left wall, any amount. Keep breathing here. Maybe you start to lengthen your head towards the side wall, lifting up and back. One more breath. Exhale, release. Come back to center. Give it a try on the other side. Might feel very different. So now you'll take your right hand, reach to the back of your chair, anywhere that feels good for you. Take your left hand, bring it to the outside of your right thigh, lifting up, twist belly, ribcage, chest to the side. Inhale here, exhale. Keep pressing that hand into the thigh, but resist with the thigh. Maybe you can start to turn to look behind you, right over that shoulder. Let your shoulders release down your back as you keep lengthening and twisting. One more inhale. Exhale. Now, keep your left hand on your thigh, but turn your torso back to the center of the room. Reach your right arm up and over, side bend. Keep pressing hand into thigh, thigh into hand, but press those ribs towards the right wall. Lengthen up and over. Maybe your head lengthens. Maybe you start to lean back a little bit. Find openness in your side body. Breathing here. One more breath. Exhale, release. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale, release. All right, find one of your tissue boxes. And I want you to hold it on its short side. I'd like you to lift your tissue box up towards the right corner of the room and then chop it down to the left corner. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, chop. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chop. Keep pressing into your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chop it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, chop. Can you do two more? Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Take that tissue box or yoga block, whatever you have. Now what I want you to do is hold it on the long edge and bring it onto your right shoulder. Bring your left hand onto your left hip. Now this next bit is also yoga for the brain, right? We've got to work our brain as much as our body. You'll inhale here and exhale, twist towards your left as you pull your left knee up and come back to center. Inhale, exhale, twist elbow to knee, and then come back to center. Twist, lift that knee any amount. It doesn't have to come up high. And you're going to keep your tissue box on your shoulder. Now, again, notice as you lift your knees up, are you starting to lean back? Are you slumping down? Can you press through that standing foot, right? That's your right foot. Inhale, exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale here, exhale, twist, and release. Now hold your tissue box on the short edges once again. This time you'll lift your tissue box up towards the left corner, slice it down towards the right corner. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep going. Inhale up, exhale down. Now, how long can you make your arms? Can you sharpen your elbows when you lift up? Can you find a deep full inhale, deep exhale when you slice down to the side? Inhale up, exhale, slice down. Let's try two more. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. All right, take that tissue box, hold it on its long edge, place it on your left shoulder, right hand on your right hip. Inhale here, exhale, twist as you pull your knee up any amount. Come back to center. Inhale, and exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Don't worry about how high the knee comes up. It might come up a millimeter. That's okay. But are you pressing into that standing foot, right? Press into your left foot to lengthen up and out of your waist. Are you tensing up anywhere? Can you soften the muscles of your face? Two more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just put your tissue blocks on your thighs. Take a cycle of breath here. Deep, full inhale. Fill up to capacity. Exhale, sigh out through your mouth. All right, grab your other tissue box and bring them to the outside edges of your feet. Check out your feet, make sure those toes are still facing forward or as far forward as you're able to do so today. Find your foundation, press into your feet, press into your sit bones. We're going to take a half sun salutation. So we'll inhale and reach our arms up. Now you reach your arms up as high as what works for you today. So that might be right here, that might be right here, that might be all the way up, whatever works for you. So you'll inhale, lift your arms up, and then exhale, dive down, hinge at your hip, bring your hands on your tissue boxes. Keep your spine long here. Top of your head is reaching towards the front of the room. We don't like to drop our head below our heart in chair yoga because that might mess with our blood pressure. And I don't really need anybody passing out in chair yoga because then that takes away all the fun. So hands are on your blocks. Your feet are pressing into the floor. You have a long spine here. Inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, bring your fingertips on your blocks and lift your chest towards the front of the room. This is your halfway lift. Exhale, come back, forward fold. Again, keep your neck in line with your spine. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Maybe they're only coming up oh so far today. Exhale, hands back to your thighs. Let's try that again. Inhale, reach up. Again, reach as high as what works for you. Exhale, forward fold, palms on blocks. Fingertips to blocks. Inhale, lift your chest towards the front of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, come back, mountain pose. Let's add on from here. Again, inhale, reach your arms up. Again, only as far as what works for you today. Exhale, bring your hands onto your blocks. Inhale, fingertips to blocks. Open your chest to the front of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands on hips, downward facing dog. Lengthen your legs forward any amount. Knees can be very soft. Come onto your heels. Flex your feet so your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Now, pull your belly button back towards your spine and lean forward, right? You're making a long V with your body. Bring your hands so they hover right in front of your shoulders. This can be your downward dog. Or maybe you start to lengthen your arms. You stop anywhere along the way. Maybe one arm is going to go out long, but the other arm is going to stay bent. It doesn't matter. Find your downward dog. If your arms are lengthened, press into your palms. Bring your arms up in line with your ears. Oh, and breathe. Breathing would be so good right now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Now pull your arms down so they're shoulder height, but you're pressing the front wall away from you. Step back. Now you're on your toe mounds and press through your toe mounds. Press through your palms. Squeeze your belly muscles. Make a dome in your upper back. This is your plank pose. Breathe here. Breathe. Squeeze. Press. And now pull your hands back towards your shoulders. Elbows direction towards the back of the room. Open your chest up. This is your cobra pose. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to mountain pose. Let's put that all together and see what happens. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, long spine, crown of the head reaches towards the front of the room. Inhale, fingertips to blocks. Open your chest up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Lift your arms up any amount. Bring your hands onto your hips. Lengthen your legs forward however far it works for you. Dig your heels into the floor, flex your feet, lean forward, but pull your belly button muscles back so that you can maintain that hover. Bring your hands right in front of your shoulders. Maybe you extend your arms, maybe you don't. If you have your arms extended, press through your palms, bring your arms in line with your ears. Breathe here. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale. Float your arms down, shoulder height. Step back onto the ball mounds of your feet. Press through your ball mounds. Press through your palms. Doming in your upper back, squeeze your belly muscles, plank pose, breathe here. Keep breathing. And now pull your hands back towards your shoulders, open your chest up, direction your elbows towards the back of the room, shoulders release down your back, maybe they squeeze together, cobra pose. One more inhale. Exhale, hands back to your thighs, feet back to the floor. Cycle of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Step your right foot back, coming onto the ball mound of your right foot. You're still on your front left foot. You're pressing into all three corners of your left foot evenly, but you're on the ball mound of your right foot. Lift up out of your waist. Palms can come to heart center. Maybe hands come onto shoulders. Maybe arms start to extend. They could be here, maybe longer, maybe lifting all the way up. Maybe one arm has to stay down while the other arm has to lift up. Keep breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your legs as they are. Bring both your hands back onto your shoulders if they're not there already. Find your long spine once again. And now I want you to turn towards your front bent knee. So turn towards the left. Maybe you can extend your right arm forward and your left arm back. So this is a T twist. Keep pressing into your feet. Lengthening your arms any amount that works for you. And now your back hand, reach down and grab onto the chair, anywhere on the chair, the back of your chair, and lift your right arm up and back. Breathing here. Breathe. Keep breathing. And release. Come back to center. Plant your right foot back. Let's take a float. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to hips. Find your downward facing dog. You can even do downward facing dog without your arms. That's what makes chair yoga so cool. So with or without your arms, breathe here. Arms can be extended any amount. Now bring your arms back down in line with your shoulders. Step onto your toe mounds. Press that front wall away from you. So press the computer that you're watching me on away from you. Squeeze your belly muscles. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Hands come onto thighs. Step your feet back down onto the floor. Now, step your left toe mounds back. So you're on your front right foot, your left toe mounds. Lift up and out of your waist. Find your crescent warrior. Anything you want to do with your hands. Palms can be to heart center. Hands can be on your shoulders. Maybe one arm reaches up, maybe both arms reach up. What works for you today? Press down to lift up and out. Breathe here, crescent-toed warrior. Going. Stronger than you think you are. Now bring your hands onto your shoulders and start to twist towards your right leg. Keep pressing into your feet, twisting belly, rib cage, chest like you did in the beginning. And maybe your arms start to lengthen out forwards and backwards. Maybe they stay on your shoulders. Keep breathing here, twisting and opening. Now take your back hand reach down and grab the back of your chair. Lift your front arm up and back. So left arm reach up and back. You're twisting and you're lifting. Inhale, one more breath. Exhale, come back. Find your chair mountain pose. Again, another flow. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands to hips. Find your downward facing dog. Lean forward. Hands, arms extend up any amount. Now lower your arms down, shoulder height. Step back onto your toe mounts. Press through your palms. Squeeze your belly muscles. Make a dome in your upper back. And then I think I forgot cobra last time. Let's take an extra long cobra. Pull your hands back toward your shoulders. Reach your elbows back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe. Feel the openness and expansiveness of your chest. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Find your mountain pose. Great work, everybody. Cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, move your tissue boxes or yoga blocks off to the side. You're going to come into warrior two. Lots of different ways to do warrior two. Starting with your right leg, you'll keep your left leg exactly where it is. You won't move your left leg, but you'll step your right leg out so that you're making a V shape with your legs. See how that feels. Maybe you can step that right leg out a little bit more so that you're making an L shape with your legs. Some of you, if you want, might be able to shimmy a little bit further on towards the top right edge of your chair. And then you can start to extend this leg back. But if you're extending your leg back, make sure that those left toes are planted on your floor. So outer edge of the foot is planted on the floor. I personally love L shape for my warrior two and chair, so that's what I'm going to be demoing for you today. Either way, your torso is facing the front of the room, so facing me, but this right leg, those right toes are facing the side wall. Start here, press into your feet, lift up and out of your waist. Bring your hands onto your shoulders. Now maybe your hands can turn and extend out. Maybe you can start to extend your arms out any amount. Maybe only one arm can extend out. Maybe both can. If your arms are extended, keep both your arms even. So back arm is as high as front arm. And now turn to look at your hand that's now your front. This is your new front. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing into your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now take your left hand and reach underneath your chair. Flip your right palm, lift up and back. This is reverse warrior two. So breathing into these side ribs, lengthening up and back, pressing into your feet. And now bend your right elbow and bring your right forearm onto your right thigh. Bring your left hand onto your left shoulder and turn your torso towards the front of the room. Staying here. Maybe you start to extend that top arm up. Maybe you reach it towards the side room. This is side angle pose. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Find your mountain pose. And then you're going to separate your legs any amount that's comfortable for you and turn your toes out and your heels in. So it doesn't have to be far. You're coming into goddess pose next. So again, press into your feet and then bring your hands inside your thighs. Now, press your thighs into your backs of your hands and resist with your hands. Keep your chest open, let your shoulders relax. Try to relax your face, but keep pressing your hands into your thighs. Resist with your thighs. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. One more round. You've got it. Goddess pose. And release. Bring your legs back to your chair, mountain pose. And now it's warrior two to the other side. Could be very different on this side, so just be aware, have an open mind, be curious. So now your right leg won't move at all. You'll step your left leg out, start with that V, see how that feels. Maybe you want to go stepping out a little bit further, find your L. Some of you might, again, shimmy towards that upper left corner of your chair, and you can extend this leg back. If this leg is extended back, again, you have to have that foot planted on the floor. So do what works for you. Again, I love elbows for my warrior two, so I'm going to stay here. Now, again, turn your torso towards the front of the room. Press into both your feet evenly. Lift out of your waist. Hands come onto your shoulders. Maybe you direction your fingertips out to the side. Maybe you start to reach your arms out. Turn and look towards, again, your new front, your front hand. That's your left hand. Breathe here, warrior two. Inhale, exhale. Can you let your shoulders soften down your back even as you're working so hard with your arms extended? One more inhale. Exhale, take your back hand, reach underneath your chair, flip your top palm, that's your left palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior two. Lift up and out of your waist, reach way back, keep pressing your feet into the floor. Press, press, press to firm your thighs. And then bend your elbow, forearm comes onto your thigh. Your right hand comes onto your shoulder. Turn your torso to the front of the room. Let your head pull back slightly. Maybe you extend this top arm up. Maybe you extend it to the side, side angle pose. Deep, full breaths, everybody. Deep inhales, deep exhales. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Come back to center. One more goddess pose. So separate your legs as whatever distance is comfortable for you. Your toes are directioning out at an angle like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, heels turning in. Bring your hands inside your thighs. I'll offer for some of you, if you want to start to lengthen your arms further down, you certainly can. So anywhere along your leg line, you stop. But again, keep your chest moving towards the front of the room. Keep your head up. Press your hands, your arms into your thighs. Resist with your legs. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Bring your feet back to center. Find your chair mountain pose. Big full inhale. Exhale. All right, find your tissue box. This is going to be fun. All right, bring your feet closer in towards one another. So however close you can get your feet. You're going to have options here. We're going to come into a variation of tree pose. There are lots of different ways to do tree pose in chair yoga, as there are in mat yoga. So option one is to cross your right ankle on top of your left ankle. Walk your foot a bit more closer into like the middle of your body. So this is option one. Option two might be that you start to bring that ankle on top of your thigh. So this is for those of you that do mat yoga, this is like a figure four sometimes, but we also use it for tree pose, and sometimes we use it for pigeon pose too. So wherever you're at with your tree pose, take your block. Bring it on top of your head. and see if you can balance it there. Now you might have to hold your block there the whole time. Maybe you can start to float your hands away and extend your branches any way you want for your tree pose. And breathe. Focus your gaze. And if you fall, if your block tumbles off your head, you'll pick it back up and you'll try again. One more inhale. Exhale, grab your block. Release your block, release your legs. Let's try the other side. So again, feet come in as close together as you can. Now you'll start by crossing your right ankle on top of your left ankle. Now, some folks, I should have said on the first side, you can also just kind of like stack your foot on top of your other foot if crossing your ankles doesn't work for you. So that's another option. Sorry, I didn't mention that on the other side. So you can cross your ankle, or maybe you can take that ankle and bring it up onto your thigh. I'm going to do crossed ankles for this version. Press into your standing foot, lengthen out of your waist. All right, second time, take your tissue box. Bring it on top of your head. Grow your branches. Grow your branches in a different way this time. So if you moved up, maybe you move out. Maybe your hands come down to heart center. Maybe your hands just want to stay on your thighs. Keep pressing into your standing foot. Lengthen out of your waist. Soft breath here. And release. Take your tissue block off your head. Plant both your feet back to the floor. Put your tissue block off to the side. Grab your pillow. So, child's pose on your pillow. Couple different ways you can do this. You can lay the pillow on your lap. Depending on the proportions of your body, what works for you, you can also fold your pillow. So whatever you want to do, you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Some of you might be able to rest your forehead on your pillow if that feels okay for you. And what I'd like you to do with your arms is reach behind you and let the tops of your hands rest on your chair. And you can let your shoulders roll forward, but just no efforting in your arms. This full release of your spine. So I'm going to put my head down and I'd like you to breathe fully into your back body for just a few moments here. Take another inhale. Exhale, release. And now take your tissue boxes and bring them in front of you. And I'd like you to stack them next to each other, but as if there is a third tissue box in between the two of them. And then bring your pillow on top of your tissue boxes. Then extend your right leg onto your pillow. Lengthen up and out of your waist. And then exhale, forward fold. So your hands can stay holding on to the bottom of your chair. Maybe you're reaching for the legs of your chair. Maybe some of you can bring your hands onto your front leg. Keep your front foot flexed. Keep your knees soft. And again, long neck here, top of your head reaching towards the front of the room. Notice your breath here. Slowly come out of that and switch sides. Now you'll lengthen your left leg. Left foot is flexed. Again, hinge your hip. It might be very different on this side. You might not even be able to get your foot onto the pillow. And guess what? It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. If you can't get your leg onto the pillow, then you can certainly keep both your feet on your mat. And again, take another child's pose or a forward fold. So what works for you? There are always options. There's no one right way to do anything in yoga. Except breathe. That's the only thing you gotta do. Just keep breathing. All right, one more inhale. Exhale, release. And now you might need to scoot your chair a little bit closer to your pillow. Bring both your feet onto your pillow. Let your toes splay out to the side. Sit your back onto your chair. Probably feels so good now. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Slight tuck of your chin. Close your eyes here. Clear your body. Softening your face. Releasing your shoulders. Relaxing chest and belly. Finding heaviness in your seat, your pelvis, your thighs. Softness in your knees and your ankles. Softness and fullness in your breath. Stay just like this for a few moments. Your mind will inevitably wander off. It's not about clearing your mind of thoughts. That's impossible. It's more about noticing when you're caught up in your thoughts. And then bringing yourself back to the here and now. Back to how your body is feeling, how your breath is feeling. There are sounds going on around you. You can notice those without being attached to them. Where else can you soften? Stay just as you are. Maybe bring your hand onto your heart. Feel the beating of your own heart if you'd like. Take a moment to thank yourself for devoting some time to moving your body and breathing. My favorite phrases to close class with is from John Kabat-Zinn. If you're breathing, there's more right with you than wrong with you. Gently open your eyes. Bring your feet off your pillow. And have a great rest of your day. If you're interested in doing that in person, come check us out at Providence Power Yoga. The classes are Saturdays at 10:30 in the morning at our East Providence location. Again, my name is Sarah, and I hope to see you soon.